Okay, let's talk about the absolute explosion in AI that's happening everywhere. We're going to dive into the incredible tech that's making it all possible, but we're also going to uncover this hidden roadblock that's tripping up even the smartest companies out there. Let's get right into it.
So, when you think about the big hurdles in AI, you're probably thinking about things like, getting enough GPUs or finding the perfect algorithm, maybe wrangling these giant data sets. But what if the real thing holding us back from scaling AI is something completely different, something a lot more human?
All right, first up, let's meet the unsung hero in this whole story. According to a huge report from the Cloud Native Computing Foundation, the CNCF, Kubernetes has pretty much become the main engine driving this global AI search. It's the bedrock that everything else is being built on. And just how big is it? Well, look at this number. A staggering 82% of companies are using Kubernetes in production. I mean, this isn't some niche tool for hobbyists anymore. It has totally and completely taken over how we run modern apps, especially in the world of AI. And here's the why behind it all. Kubernetes, or K8s, as we all call it, is basically the central command for the entire AI workflow. It's brilliant at managing those super expensive GPU clusters, it can dynamically hand out resources when a model needs them, and it gives you this layer of abstraction so your developers don't have to sweat the details of the hardware underneath. It's like the master conductor for the whole AI orchestra. So, we've got this incredibly powerful, mature, and widely used technology. Everything should be smooth sailing from here, right? Well, not quite. It turns out that even with the best tools in the world, a lot of organizations are just hitting a wall. The tech is ready, but something else is getting in the way. And this slide just perfectly captures the problem. On one side, you've got the tech, the whole cloud native ecosystem, which is super mature, super capable. But then on the other side, you have this huge and honestly growing gap between what the technology can do and what companies are actually able to get done with it. Okay, so if the tech isn't the problem, then what is? Well, that CNCF report points to a very clear culprit, and it has nothing to do with code or hardware. The real barrier, it's organizational culture. It's a people problem. And to be more specific, the problem is something called siloed structures. This is what happens when you have your data science teams working over here and your DevOps and infrastructure teams working way over there. They're basically in their own little worlds. And that total lack of collaboration just creates friction, it slows everything down, and it's been named one of the top 3 blockers to getting this stuff right. Let's just picture how this actually works. In the old way of doing things, the data scientists would build a model, and then they'd kind of just throw it over the wall to the DevOps engineers and say, here, put this into production. You can see the divide right there, and it makes getting from a cool experiment to a real-world product just slow and painful. So to really unlock what Kubernetes and AI can do together, companies have to bridge this human gap. It means making a fundamental cultural change, moving away from those lonely silos and towards real, actual, cross-functional teamwork. Chris Aniszczyk, who's the CTO of the CNCF, he said it perfectly. The foundation is solid. He said Kubernetes is no longer a niche tool. It's a core infrastructure layer. And the key takeaway from that is that our focus has to move up. It's not about the technology anymore. It's about how the people using the technology are organized. So what's the game plan? Well, first, you just have to admit that the cultural bottleneck is a real thing. Once you've done that, you can start building collaboration. And you have to be intentional about getting your data scientists and your DevOps engineers on the same page. The end game here is to create these integrated teams, what the industry is now calling cloud-native AI teams. And this is what that looks like. Instead of that divided house we saw before, you have a single unified team. Everyone, from the person building the model to the person deploying it, is working together right from the start. That integration, that's the secret sauce for going from small pilot projects to real production-grade AI. And by fixing this cultural problem, we unlock the future. This is really where everything is heading, to a world where the complexity is handled by these awesome integrated teams, which then lets everybody else innovate like crazy on top of all this powerful infrastructure. So what does this new setup actually get us? Well, with the right team structure, the focus can finally shift to making the developer experience simpler, making it easier for people who aren't infrastructure gurus to contribute. We'll see tighter integration with specialized hardware, more automation, but listen, none of that stuff can happen at scale until we solve the human side of the equation first. So I guess the final thought to leave you with is this question right here. The technology, your Kubernetes, your cloud-native stock, It's ready. It's more than ready. It's more capable than it's ever been. But the thing that's going to decide whether you succeed or fail in this new AI era, it's not your tech stack, it's your people. So is your team really ready?